What's going on, my childrens?
What up?
We are in a park on a cold winter day in Chiang Mai,
Is
Thailand.
it really that cold?
Nah. But it is actually cold for Chiang Mai. It's definitely cold for Chiang Mai.
Yeah.
But if you're coming from the west, you wouldn't think this is cold.
No way.
It's like 25 degrees Celsius or something like that. But for us, it's actually a little bit cold. So we figured it's a good day to walk around the park. There's low chance of rain, so we're gonna do a video for you guys about living here in Chiang Mai, about what it's costing for us to be out here at the moment. This is the winter about to be 2023. So, you know, I don't know when the fuck this video is gonna drop, but just so you guys have a frame of reference. And we're in a nice park over by the old city. We're gonna go have a walk around and yeah, we're gonna talk about what it costs to be in Chiang Mai right now.
All right, guys, so the first expense we're going to talk about is food. So that's like groceries, eating out, and all that stuff, you know, going out for drinks, coffee, whatever. So right now we're spending about like $70 a week on groceries, just our groceries. And that's for, what do you think, like 2 or 3 meals a day? Probably 2 meals a day.
Yeah, we'll have like meals and snacks because we don't eat like giant meals. We try to eat like little things mostly throughout the day. We'll have 1 or 2 really big meals kind of after we work out or something like that. We do probably eat more than most people, so our food bill could be a bit higher because we do a lot of sports, so we need a lot of protein naturally. But yeah, like we generally go grocery shopping once a week, and the cost really depends on where you go. So for example, there's a couple grocery outlets here like Rimping, the Big C, Lotus, and I gotta be honest with you, after living in Bangkok, like I really like the Bangkok Lotus much more, the one in Ong Nut, than I do of the Lotus up here, because the Lotus up here is okay, it's got pretty reasonable prices, but it really doesn't have that much shit. The Big C probably has the least amount of shit. And then Rimping has basically everything, but it comes with a premium.
But guys, to be honest, we have not been to the, what is it called? Big C Extra?
Okay, yeah, we haven't been to Big C Extra.
Yeah, we haven't been there, so actually we don't know if it's good or not.
We've been to the Big C that's over by the night market, because when we first got out here, we were staying at a place called Astra Condo. It's a high rise that's a little bit south of the night market. And yeah, you know, we just had the convenience. It was right there, you could walk to it. The prices are very, very inexpensive at the Big C, but it has fucking barely anything if you want to buy anything like cheese or, you know, bread or
very slim pickings.
And the produce is very hit or miss. Like it could be really fucking disgusting, or occasionally they can have things that are kind of acceptable. Whereas if you go to Rimping, you've got your choice of like local organic, imported organic, you know, or even any kind of food you can imagine is available to you.
But it does cost more.
Oh yeah, but you know, you can go buy some basic necessities at Big C, and then if you want to really budget, try to go hit up a local market and get like fruits and produce locally. You'll definitely save money. If you're athletic, you got to eat, you know, and one of the biggest issues in Chiang Mai from a lot of my friends who are involved in athleticism, like sports or weightlifting or whatever, even hikers, right? The one thing that I've seen is that everybody seems to say that it's difficult to get the right amount of protein here for a cheap price, especially eating out.
Right.
If you're gonna cook at home now, that's different. You can just buy, you know, salmon steaks or meat or chicken.
But if you're just gonna like go out and you want to get one plate, it's hard to get enough protein in that one plate, right?
Yeah, that's the problem.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, you know, come out here and they expect that every place is gonna have a kitchen necessarily like it does in their country. And like, yeah, well, you can get apartments and you can get places that are set up for long-term living. Most things here are generally kind of set up in like a guest house sort of style, where even like in condos, there's not necessarily going to be much of a kitchen. You might
it's kind of lousy looking,
yeah,
or really small, you know.
You know, there's people think that Chiang Mai is like super cheap, and it is compared to some places in Southeast Asia, very affordable. But you know, it has grown quite a bit, and if you want to have a certain standard of living in Chiang Mai, it's definitely not as cheap as it was years ago. It's still a good deal. It's still a great city, but it has grown tremendously. Chiang Mai is fucking big now. It is not a small city anymore. And because of what makes it so nice is the open space and the green, also is a sprawling city. And you know, they don't have a metro, and the traffic is getting really bad, and there's a lot of pollution now. And like, it's very gentrified. There's a lot of people from the West. So, you know, during the high season when the tourists normally flood out here, there is a real premium on like decent quality condos. Like, so if you really want to find something that has like a little bit of everything, like a pool, a view, you know, maybe it's in a decent building, you're going to want to have a long-term visa and try to sign a lease, because, you know, your cost of living here can really be affected by when you're trying to come into the real estate market, when, you know, what kind of visa do you have, and, you know, what your purposes are going to be in Chiang Mai. The shorter that you stay here, if you want Western standards, it can be very expensive. If you stay for a long time, it can be very, very cheap. But then your visa can be very expensive. So don't necessarily come here and think, oh my God, I'm coming to this insanely cheap place. It really depends on your lifestyle and how you choose to live. We've been in Southeast Asia for a really long time, so for us, we eat at a higher standard maybe than someone who's younger and doesn't give a shit, or somebody who's not concerned with health. We tend to live in cleaner environments because we've had problems with health living in Southeast Asia. So, you know, I mean, our standard is just us. It's not reflective necessarily of how cheap it could be for you, and I want you guys to keep that in mind.
Right. This is like a very specific experience.
Yeah, for sure. You know, we're expats for a pretty long time, and we have certain things that we like, and so certain ways we like to do things, and we're conscious of health as much as we can be. And, you know, like, we do spend quite a bit on sports, maybe more than other people would.
Right.
But, you know, as when I'm in Chiang Mai, I have an opportunity to train Muay Thai and to bring my skills back up, you know, whereas in other parts of the world, you know, if I have to choose between striking and BJJ, I'm always going to choose BJJ because it's been such a part of my life for so long, and, you know, eventually I will want to get to black belt. Whereas, you know, Muay Thai, you know, I could just do a lot of this myself with a decent heavy bag, you know, and a couple sparring partners.
Right.
But here in Thailand, this is the birthplace, so like, you know, improving your fitness, technique at a very inexpensive price. Like, I think for a drop-in, we pay about $15 for a 1.5 hour drop-in. And then how much is it to add you, Mish? Because it's like cheaper when
$8.
So it comes out to like 20 bucks a session at a one-on-one private. You have your own instructor in the Old City drop-in center, right?
Right.
Now you can get it for way cheaper if you just go to these group classes at a lot of these clubs that are around the town.
Yeah, they have group classes as well that are cheaper.
Oh, definitely. He even has group classes that are cheaper. But
yeah.
The one thing that, you know, again, it's very unique to our circumstances, and it's a convenience thing for us, you know. But if you're on a much lower budget, you can definitely still get a good trainer, and, you know, you might have to train with other people, whereas with us, we get one-on-one, and it's very specific to what we're looking for, you know. Like, we're not fighting anymore. We're just getting ourselves back in shape, maintaining our striking abilities, you know what I mean? So maybe if you're a young fighter, you can live out here very, very cheap. You can get yourself on a guest house for, man, like 3,000, 4,000 baht. I mean, it's not going to be comfortable, but it's possible. And for us, that's just not how we're living these days. When we first came to Southeast Asia, we were doing the $100 a month guest houses out in the suburbs of Chiang Mai. But Chiang Mai was a lot smaller, and getting from point A to point B was a lot easier back then, you know? Now, you know, you do have to think a little bit about the things you're going to use and where you're going to go, because, you know, going around Chiang Mai is not as easy as it was, you know, 10 years ago. Now you do have traffic. Now you do have congestion, you know, so it's, you know, it is as cheap or as expensive as you want it to be.
All right, so back to the, like, eating out. How much does it cost us to eat out usually?
I would say about $8 to $15 for two people.
Right, depending on, like, what kind of food.
And, like, I would say probably for two normal people, because I probably eat enough for fucking two normal people myself, and Mish eats like an average normal person. You know? So
what does that even mean?
So, you know,
You eat double, basically.
I eat pretty much double, yeah. So again, that's why I was saying it's very specific to our situation, and to what standards you're looking for. We're not buying the cheapest produce. We're not buying the cheapest products in the supermarket.
Yeah, a lot of time we're not buying like the fried street food shit all the time, or, you know, just fried shit.
And now that's not to say that you can't eat healthy for very cheap here. I mean, we have shown you guys, if you follow us on other videos, that there's lots of ways you can eat very healthy and very cheap in Southeast Asia. Thailand is no exception, especially here in Chiang Mai. You can get exceptional good food, you know, and 2 people being served for $8. And I'm talking, we're like rolling out of there.
Yeah, we're stuffed.
And it's very...
And the food is very high quality. And it's very affordable. Like,
really, really
very
clean.
cheap.
And again, maximum $10 for
Yeah.
2 people, maximum, right? So that's absolutely like, you know, possible, you know, but it depends what you want to do. If you're trying to come home and you're trying to have like fucking sirloin steaks and eat fucking crab every night, you know, this could get expensive out here.
Right.
But it all, you know, we're vegetarian. We're more like pescatarian. We eat seafood, eggs, this type of shit. So for us, none of those types of protein are really terribly expensive here. You know.
So let's give an example. Like, for example, if you wanted like a Thai style coffee, you can get like a giant bag of it for like $1, right? But if you want like European latte, it costs about like $1.60 to $1.80, depending on where you go.
Yeah, and like if I wanted to go and have like
No sugar, you know, not just like normal.
if I wanted to have like a cafe meal, like at a decent cafe, it could run me anywhere from like 60 in a really low cost place to like 100, 150 a dish in a high cost place, a very fancy kind of like Thai restaurant, you know?
Right.
And I don't mean super, super fancy, not like waiter with the cloth on his hand, but definitely like, you know, upper mid-range quality food, clean environment, you know, possibly indoors. And, you know, you do got to think about that, guys. When we were younger, we didn't give a shit, you know. We were eating at these fucking stalls that would probably get most people sick, you know. But, you know, you're young.
Yeah.
You know, and it takes getting a blood clot in your stomach in Saigon.
Well, we did get sick a few times. Well, I got sick a few times here.
Oh,
in
yeah.
Thailand.
You can, and there's...
It's kind of easy to avoid getting sick here, right?
Yeah, and you know, the thing is when you first come to Southeast Asia, and if you're young, very oftentimes, you know, you just eat wherever it's cheap, and that's like tends to be the main focus. But I'm telling you, you know, it's nothing like it was years ago. You have so many different options, especially in Thailand and especially in Chiang Mai. You can definitely have a budget for any lifestyle, and you can be healthy here and not have to spend a fortune. But, you know, if you like things from the West, you're definitely going to pay for that premium.
So we are living right by Suthep Road, our apartment. It's like a small alley off the Suthep Road. And our rent is about $350, like almost $350 USD per month. And this is like a 1-bedroom apartment. What would you say, like about 50 square meters?
I would say like 50, maybe 55 square meters. It's not big. And that's something also that you guys will have to consider. Getting decent space in Chiang Mai, it can be hard. So It depends what, you know, like you can find really big space for very little money if you're willing to go further away from places like Niman and like go more towards the you know, Central Festival or Airport Plaza, and start going out towards like where the Lotus Hang Dong is, and you can definitely get really good deals. But when you start looking at the more centralized parts, it's going to really depend largely on whether it's high season or low season.
Yes.
Right now is the best weather ever in Chiang Mai, but it's also about to become the most polluted time of the year.
Yeah, it's coming soon.
It's tourist season, so things are jacked if you want Western standard condos, this type of thing, unless you're willing to go far out. So we were in a high-rise before, and they started wanting like an unreasonable amount of money, so we switched out to this cheaper condo. It's okay though, you know, for what you said, $350?
Yeah.
For $350, it's got a pool, it's got an elevator, it's got a security.
It is a 1-bedroom.
Yeah, it's a 1-bedroom with a balcony.
We have a really nice couch, TV, desk, you know. It's got everything.
Yeah, it's nice, honestly, guys. And you know, it's not huge in terms of space, but like I said, getting everything you want in Chiang Mai that's where it can get expensive.
Yeah, and to be honest, there's really not a lot available, and a lot of landlords do not want to rent such short term, you know. They want the lease. They want 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, you know.
Or
that's what I found by looking online.
Or they just want to try to max out during the high season as much as possible, Airbnb style.
Right. They just want you to use Airbnb.
Or like the same sort of pricing, and sometimes they'll circumvent the Airbnb for you, but like you're still gonna get fucking beat up if you're only trying to stay in a decent condo for like a month.
Right.
You know, if you're trying to stay for, you know, a 6 month, 1 year lease, you might be able to get a better deal. But, you know, short term is not like it used to be.
No.
You know, you definitely can get shitty, cheap guest houses for very little money. You know?
Yes, there's like a surplus of, what would you call it? Like hotel room style?
Yeah, like hotel
like
room,
no
guest
kitchen,
house.
You know,
yeah,
like you really can't cook in there at all.
You'll never have a hard time getting
Basically.
space like that. Like,
Yeah, like that is 100% available.
but anything when you're talking about having a pool, having a sauna, you know, having a balcony with a view, maybe the building has security or parking or these kind of services.
Washing machine in the unit.
Right.
Washing machine in the unit, yeah.
What, you know, most of the condo buildings have water refill stations that are in the building.
Yes, that too. That's a big deal.
And you know, you could pay like a bot to fill up a big water bottle or 2 big water bottles, depending on some of them. You know, it's definitely, you know, a premium when you start to talk about quality of life short term. But long term, Chiang Mai is still very, very cheap.
Yes.
If you can assign a long-term lease, you can get into a building like that for as little as like, I'd say what, 1,200 baht?
Yes.
Like 1,200 baht in a decent, in like a nice Western high-rise.
One of our friends from BJJ, he's renting a whole house for, how much was it? 15?
Yeah, he's paying 15, and he's out by where I was saying, by Airport Plaza.
15,000 baht.
Which actually is kind of nice, guys. There's some very good restaurants out in Airport Plaza. It's like, you know, a place called The Hideaway that I fucking love out there.
Oh yeah.
It is
Good.
definitely a cool part of town, but it's also not like on the radar or hip. Like it's not where digital nomads are at. Like
Right.
it's more like local. And then, you know, there's like, there used to be a good fighting gym that we used to go to in that area. So we used to stay very close to that area. For jiu-jitsu, what do we pay a month?
Oh yeah, so BJJ is $86 a month. And the girls' membership is like a little bit cheaper, maybe 70 something. They give me a discount, remember?
I know, it's funny. It's like, yo, add a miche, for, you know? So Muay
Well,
Thai.
there's not a lot of girls in jiu-jitsu, so they're like trying to promote more girls to join by making it cheaper.
And it's the same with the
Hopefully it works.
It's like the same with the Muay Thai, because like my normal rate. So I pay for a 10 punch card 4,500 baht.
Yeah, it's like 129 USD.
So 129 USD for 10 classes, right? But I can add a miche for a discounted rate of 300 baht.
But that's anybody, girl or
You can add your friend. Yeah, you can have group.
Right?
You could, yeah, I think
Doesn't
so.
matter
I
if they're
think so. But it's definitely like funny because in jiu-jitsu, she's like a cheaper add-on. And then Muay Thai, she's a cheaper add-on. But again, guys, we drop a decent amount of money on sports.
on sports, yeah.
And I don't normally drop this much, but I'm in Thailand and it's like the next time I'm here, it may be a minute.
Right.
So I
We're
don't.
not sure the next time. We're gonna stay here for like a long amount of time.
And even jiu-jitsu, I'm going usually between 2
2 to 3 times.
2 to 3 times a week, and then Muay Thai about twice a week.
Right.
And I'm kind of like prioritizing Muay Thai since the time we have here is more limited.
Right. So a couple more things to add about the apartment. We do have a washing machine in the unit. It does have kind of like a full kitchen, you would say, or like a bigger kitchen.
No, it's a full kitchen, I think.
Yeah.
I would say it's a pretty full kitchen.
Full kitchen, like enclosed shower, big living space and closet space, like there's storage.
I don't know if I'd go so far as to call it a big living space, but it is a living space.
It's bigger than the Astro.
It's bigger than the Astra condo.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
it is actually.
So yeah. And then so the other thing was electricity. So we just got our bills for last month, and the electricity bill was only $13, which is crazy because
It's just like a fuel crisis going on.
yeah, there's a fuel crisis. Also, we have been using the AC, you know.
Sure, and the
I
washer.
thought, you know, I thought it'd be more. I don't know.
It's actually, power has not been a really big issue at all.
No, at this building, it's very cheap. The other thing was water, and that was only $3 a cost for the whole month.
Now, I will say,
So I don't know what's going on there either. That's so cheap.
when we did get to this condo, it was very like not well furnished. So we had to fix it ourselves pretty much. Like they didn't.
Oh yeah, it didn't come with everything. So it had like a couch and a bed, but then like we had to get pillows, right?
Yeah, the pillows they had were terrible. The sheets were terrible.
Yeah, it was just like bad quality.
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, like the kind of shit that you're
pan.
sweating in no matter what. Like
Yeah, and like no pan or like utensils in the kitchen. Like we had to get some. I think she did give us some though.
some, but
right?
not much. So
We still had to buy some. But to be honest, guys, that kind of stuff here is pretty cheap. Like, let's say we eat out one meal, that's the same cost as one pan.
we
know?
we furnished the entire house for like $50-$60, including like bedspread and everything.
Yes,
like,
the pillows, the blanket,
so it wasn't like the biggest deal, but I felt like we should say that. So we got a cheap price, like Mish was saying, on water.
Yeah,
We got
$3.
We got a cheap price on power for the most part.
Yeah, $13 for the month.
Okay, and we had to, in exchange for that, we had to fix the place up a little.
Yeah.
So it's not the worst deal. It's definitely not the worst thing that could happen to you.
So the next thing I was gonna discuss is our cell phone bill, right? So we had a more expensive one when we arrived. We bought that tourist SIM for 700 baht, which is crazy expensive. But this plan is only 300 baht, which is about $8.50. And we have unlimited internet, and it is 30 megabytes per second. So it's a little slower, but it's unlimited. And then I think we have like a certain amount of calls and texts as well for the month. So that costs us $8.50.
It is not
SIM and everything.
so much of a cost to have unlimited data, and now they have 5G here, so it can be very fast.
Yeah.
It's not so much of a burden in Southeast Asia. If you guys are coming from a Western country where you're paying a lot in telecom, you're going to be in for a treat.
Yeah. Actually, Malaysia, I think, was the most expensive
I can
cell
see
phone
that.
plan, right? I think it was like $30.
I think for us, yeah, and you know what? It doesn't surprise me. I know a lot of these Malaysian companies.
Yeah, but Thailand is like more expensive compared to Cambodia, Vietnam, and Laos.
Definitely. Vietnam was crazy cheap.
Yeah, like Cambodia, Vietnam, Laos, like you can get a plan for $4. Some of their plans are $2, depending on what the fuck you're gonna do.
Yeah, right, exactly. I mean, Thailand does pay more for data.
If you want 5G, of course.
Sure.
It's more.
But I mean, it's still pretty nominal compared to like what you probably would pay in a Western country, or if you were gonna.
Way cheaper than Australia, America, New Zealand.
And to be honest, I've never really had too much problems with the service. Like, living in Vietnam, we did pay very low prices for things like internet and data, but it was also a lot more problematic than here.
Also, the internet wasn't anywhere as fast as it is here. So that's the next thing I'm going to talk about.
Yeah, the internet is very fast here compared to the neighbors.
Yeah, how fast the internet actually is here. So we are paying $25 a month, and we're getting 300 megabytes per second upload and download speed. Like, that's crazy. That's the fastest I've experienced in my life. You, Jay?
I think so.
That's crazy.
I've not had any issues at all with the internet.
Yeah, like it's so fast here. Basically, we can upload a video in less than 10 minutes, right?
Oh,
Some videos are less than 10 minutes.
Very fast.
It's crazy.
So another cost, at least for us, is legal cannabis.
Oh, yeah.
And I am a connoisseur. I'm an athlete. I'm all fucked up. I got a lot of injuries, I got a lot of back pain, and it's really helps my quality of life that it's legal in Thailand, and that makes me love Thailand even more. But it is also an expense, and it depends on the quality. If you want to smoke, Kush and like high quality, either import or like very high quality domestic, it can on average run between 400 to like 600 a gram.
So that's $11 to $17.
So like $11 to $17, and then for some like decent outdoor though, like not bad quality outdoor, 300 or so a gram. And again, these are dispensary prices. We're not talking about what you can get if you actually know people, but for what you would walk into the random dispensary and pay, you could expect to pay like 300 to 400 for some like pretty good outdoor, and then like
$11.
Yeah, 400 above for like pretty good indoor to exotic, And then of course they have all the Thai swag shit, who I don't even know who the fuck smokes that shit anymore.
Oh my God, we walked into 2 dispensaries that were selling that, and they look kind of cool. Like one of them looked kind of cool, but it was like, damn, you're selling that? But then I was thinking, well, maybe some people, they don't have enough money, you know?
Yeah.
So they just buy that one.
Or maybe more local people, it's better for their budget possibly for some local people.
Right.
Or backpackers, but you know,
Dude,
maybe.
it's so cheap. What was the price, do you remember? It was like a sign outside.
Oh,
It was like $3 or something.
$3 a gram or something like that. Yeah.
Crazy.
But
Crazy
that's
cheap.
to me, that's even very expensive. It's like if you go to Cambodia, man, you can pay like 50 cents a gram for that nasty swag shit. You have to buy a lot of it, but like it's the same. It'd be the same here. But I'm just talking about at a retail level. Like it's very cheap. Like you could probably get some swag for like $1 to $3, even in a dispensary.
Right.
But I don't really fuck with any dispensaries that have swag, to be honest. All the places we go, they pretty much have a minimum standard. It's like good outdoor and nothing fucking like lower, you know? But I think for shits and giggles, let's take it out on the street. So I'd say a month depends on what you plan to use, right? Are you a daily weed smoker? As far as other kinds of cannabis or CBD related products, you also can get oil here. I found a guy who has oil for really, really cheap, THC oil. And we're paying like 220 baht for a 10 milliliter bottle of oil. We're getting 10 packs of gummies that are like 300 milligram gummies, and they're going for like fucking, was it like 400 for 10 of them? But I found a very, very, very cheap online delivery service.
Yeah.
And a lot of these things are technically not supposed to be available, but they're widely available.
Especially in Chiang Mai. It seems much easier to get them here in Chiang Mai than in Bangkok.
It's definitely more of a like a open and relaxed cannabis culture here, at least from when we were in Bangkok last.
I see people smoking on the street. Some dispensaries say that you can smoke inside, right?
Yeah, there's way more on-site consumption here than there is in Bangkok. But that could have changed, you know, because now we've been away from Bangkok for a few months. So maybe Bangkok has kept pace and is the same now as Chiang Mai. But at least from my perception, when I came from Bangkok back up to Chiang Mai, and I hadn't been here in a while, and now I'm kind of just seeing this unfold, you know, since we've been here. I think they're way more chill about the weed culture here. Way, way more chill. You know, in Bangkok, I was still having people tell me it's better not to smoke near the dispensary, like take it and walk with it. You know, whereas here, they got people on the couch just blazing. You know, yeah, they're selling oil. You can find anything up here. It's crazy. CBD, for those of you who benefit from, you know, the CBD,
oh, yeah.
I do.
I saw in the store they had CBD oil, and they also were selling the flower, right? For
Yes.
300.
Yes.
300 grams.
But again, that seems really high to me. Like, I think if you guys were going to be like regular cannabis like users, I would probably suggest that you try to just make contacts with suppliers. I'm sure, you know, and just buy a wholesale amount. Otherwise, shopping at dispensaries like long term, I don't think it makes sense. It would be quite expensive. But short term, you know, for sure. If you're just a casual weed smoker, then it doesn't matter. I'd say go with the dispensaries, you know.
So the next topic is transport.
I would say that's, you know, depending on how you want to do it. If you want to drive a bike, it could be very cheap. If you want to use ride sharing apps and things like that, it could be more expensive for sure.
Yeah,
but
I think getting a motorbike and driving yourself is probably the cheapest option, right?
yeah, 100% it would be, or living in the old city and just walking to everything.
Right.
Like up that, because the old city is definitely walkable. But you know, if you do decide to use the rideshare apps as a means of transport, you know, all the apps are not the same, guys. And you know,
there are actually a decent amount of apps now. They have Grab, Bolt, InDriver. What was that yellow one? Maxim.
That's a new one. Or at least I think it's new. I've never encountered them before.
Yeah.
As far as the ones I use when I decide to get on a bike is usually Bolt, because Bolt's kind of a good combination of, it'll actually get you where you're going.
Oh, there's another one. It's called Tuck.
I've not used Took very much. I don't
One
know.
time we used it.
Did we?
Remember?
Yeah.
It was glitchy. The glitchy one?
Oh, the one that made my phone go crazy. Oh
Yeah.
my God.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to download that app.
Well, we used it.
It
one
needs
time.
some. It needs some work. But yeah, I mean, you know, it depends which ones you use, and the service varies. If you're in a rush, you probably want to use for a motorbike, Grab or a Bolt. You know, if you want to get a car and you don't want to get your pants pulled down, then I would say use InDriver or Bolt. Grab is overpriced as fuck sometimes, and it's not even a good deal for the driver. Like, it's not like they're getting hella more money. It's like, you know, Grab's just taking a big ass percent from you and a big ass percent from the driver. So I would only recommend using Grab if you absolutely are in a rush and you really need to be sure that you got a car coming soon. The other apps, you might have to wait a bit, but it's cheaper, and I've actually had better experiences with motorbikes. More Bolt drivers tend to have helmets,
Right.
which is weird, but you know, I don't really want to drive around without a fucking helmet because I've been out here a really long time and I've seen a lot of fucked up shit on the road. So what you pay for a ride share is gonna really depend on how far you're going and which one of these fucking apps you decide you're gonna use, right?
And whether or not it's rush hour.
Yes, obviously there's gonna be a premium depending on the time of day that you use them. Now, bear in mind, if it's really fucking stupid on some kind of a rideshare app, you can hail a Songtel or a Tuk-Tuk on the street.
Yes.
And a Songtel is like the bus that just went behind us, basically.
That red, yeah.
Yeah, it's
the
like
red
a
bus.
pickup truck they convert into a bus. These things is how we used to get around years ago.
Yeah,
When we
the
first
blue
started
bus,
coming out
remember?
here. Yeah, taking the blue bus.
For $5.
When we were young Nak Muays, young Muay Thai fighters, and you know, they didn't have all these apps yet. You just had to negotiate, but now with all the apps, it's a lot easier because you can always come at them and just be like, hey, listen, I can get this price on the app. How much will you give me if I do you right now?
Right.
You know, and you'll get some kind of a fair deal. You'll have a better luck with Songtel drivers than with tuk-tuks. I don't know what the fuck it is in Chiang Mai, but tuk-tuks are like more expensive than cars with air conditioning. Doesn't make any fucking sense.
Yeah, it's crazy. You'll look on, for example, Grab. They have tuk-tuks on Grab. And you'll take a look on Grab, right? And you're going, I don't know, wherever, same place. The car is going to be like, what, like 100? And then the tuk-tuk's like 160, right?
They always try to get 100,
crazy.
150 or 200.
Yeah,
But
it's
like
crazy.
really,
It's like you got no AC, it's like more polluting, right?
yeah, they're dirtier definitely, and like you also got to watch out a little bit more with them. Although in Chiang Mai they're pretty safe, but like in Bangkok you definitely got to be careful in a tuk-tuk. You know, here they'll run you around, they'll waste your time, and they'll overcharge you, but it's not really going to be.
It's not too bad.
It's not dangerous. You're not getting put into any kind of complicated scam. Like there's more mafia shit going on down in Bangkok than there is up here.
Right.
It's a little bit more chill.
So for a ride on a motorbike taxi, about 400 meters is $1.
Yeah, so it must be like a minimum because our jiu-jitsu club is like 400 meters
Yeah.
from where we stay. And it always ends up costing about between like 34 and 40, 43 kind of on the cheaper rideshare apps. We don't even look at Grab, to be honest, most of the time.
Sometimes they do have a discount. So I saw this little trick on one of the expat pages. Oh, let's cross to the 7, Jen.
Okay.
I saw this little trick on one of the expat pages, and the lady said book Grab taxi because there's like a range. Usually it's like from 73 to, I don't know, 125 Thai baht. And they're saying like a lot of the times the cost is lower than the estimated cost that they give you. So that's kind of cool. I'm gonna try that trick out, see if it works. Hey guys, so we got some little shampoo. This is at the convenience store 7-Eleven. Costs about 45 Thai baht. Shampoo, conditioner. These are the brands and stuff. They also have large size for like 150 baht, 140, 150 baht. If we look over here, this is like nail clippers, stuff like that, scrunchies, 12 baht, you know, nail clipper 30 baht. Ice cream, it's like for normal ice cream, it's like 30 baht.
Less than $1.
Yeah. If you look over here, toilet paper, very like basic thing. One is 20 baht for the roll.
60 baht for a 4-pack.
For the packs, yeah.
So to give you guys an example, this is a 7-Eleven. So this is, you could of course get these things cheaper at wholesale places, but
toothbrush, toothpaste, you know, these are some of the prices.
you're looking at 40 bahts, like a little bit more than $1.
Well, that's 3 though. You're getting
For
3.
3.
This is 1 for 30, you know.
You know, some little
Some
toothpaste
toothpaste.
packs, 79, 22. I mean, it's just such a range from like less than $1. You've got bar soap for right around $1. Guys, forgive the flickering, but they use these LED lights everywhere in fucking Asia, and
It's so annoying.
terrible. But you guys can see some of the ideas of the products and the prices. And what's cool about Thai 7-Elevens is that they always have like a holistic medicine section,
Yes, this is so cool.
with like Tiger Balm and all this stuff. It's great.
Yeah, this is like supposed to be for headaches. Wait, let me show them. I don't know the name.
It's like
but-
it's like a scent. It's nice.
Yeah.
It's a strong scent. And you have
And of
electrolytes.
course- Oh yeah, and of course the famous Tiger Balm.
Yeah, of
How
course.
much is that actually? 40. Well,
So-
40 baht in Thailand.
So it's right around
This
$1
Tiger
for a
Balm.
Tiger Balm, guys.
Amazing. You
Yeah.
can buy it at 7-Eleven.
You know what? People
Fucking
definitely are
awesome.
paying more than that in the West for this kind of product.
Yeah, for sure.
You've got some, you know, snacks and things like this. I don't know if we don't eat a lot of junk food, but
No.
for you guys who are interested,
Show them about the,
like the
Kit Kat or
candies,
something.
Hershey's are about 27.
So this one costs 30 baht. Kit Kat. I'm
Kit
sure a lot of
Kat.
people eat that.
And you know,
Hershey's.
assorted gummies and Hershey's and this type of stuff. You're looking, it looks like around $1 to 20, 30 cents, depending what you're getting. 10 baht for these hauls. I do like cough drops occasionally. Lots of soy milk, very popular in Thailand.
Oh yeah, lactose soy.
You've got the real Red Bull right here.
Oh my god.
The syrupy shit, it's like 10
Tell them
baht,
about that.
it's like 20 cents.
Birdie. Bird's nest.
Oh yeah, they have the bird's nest as a health additive to the products, but yeah, interesting. But let's take a look. So water, around 12 baht, 10 baht for a small, 13 baht for a large down here,
1.5 liter.
and 20 baht for these for some reason. Yeah, you're not gonna break the bank on water. All right, we got some donuts, 40 baht to 25 baht. Your regular snacks. Seems to be around the 20 baht mark for most of them. 20 baht, 30 baht. And then of course your kind of cold section. You got your little vitamin shots, 16 baht. So you guys can see, like, even little convenience store products are very cheap in Thailand.
The milk is like 30 baht.
Yeah, milk is like
Milk.
30 baht, and this is 7-Eleven price.
Yeah.
So this is not the price if you were to go to, you know, Big C or go to, you know, Rimping or go one of these places. This is what you're paying in a 7-Eleven. So, you know, give you a little bit of an idea. So guys, to sum it all up, Chiang Mai is still a very, 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 very cheap place. It is not expensive to be out here if you want to have a reasonable standard of living and, you know, have a, you know, long runway to start a business, or you work online, or you're just independently wealthy and you want to live somewhere that you get a good value for your money. Probably the most expensive thing will be your visa, depending which way you go. We can help you guys with that. We have people who can do any visa in Thailand, anything you could imagine. You want an education visa where you don't need to go to class. You want a visa for, you know, volunteering, but you don't have to volunteer. You know, this type of thing. Reach out to us. We know Thai people who have really, really good connections, and they can do more or less anything. So if you're thinking about coming out here and staying out here, you know, we're a resource for you. Your visa is going to be without a doubt the most expensive, and then I would say the second most expensive would be food, and third maybe transport, and even after that, rent I would say is quite low if you take your time to find the right place.
Yes.
And you get here at the right time of year. But that's where we come in, guys. We have contacts in real estate. We have contacts for visas. We can get you guys on your feet. We can help you guys get started here. save you a lot of money and hassle. But there's a lot of people who promise that they can do these type of services, like, you know, set you up with ed visas, this type of stuff. And, you know, there's a lot of people who just tell you whatever and they just take your money. But, you know, that's where we come in. We come out here, we meet the people, we get to know them. We try our best to kind of assess their character. We meet people who know them. We make relationships so that all you have to do is get off the plane. You don't have to worry about nothing. We got people we can recommend who can help you find apartments, people who can recommend to help you open up a business if you wanted to do that here. You're gonna need to have Thai partners, but there's ways to do it. And right now, Thailand is the most open it has ever been. There is a little bit of stuff going on with some weird illegal visa stuff with the border, but for the most part, you know, I imagine that it'll get sorted out relatively quickly because they want the foreigners coming in, and you know, they're not going to leave a situation where it's difficult for foreigners to come in for a while. I mean, the economy depends on it. The return to tourism they need it so badly here. It's ridiculous. Like, and even now, this is the most tourists I've seen anywhere in Southeast Asia.
Yeah.
You know, no question about it. This is the most that I've seen, and it's still not normal levels for Thailand. So, you know, they haven't, you know, fully recovered either, and I think they're going to stay open. They're going to stay welcoming to foreigners for quite some time to come. And you know, you got legal cannabis, and sure, you know, these places have been discovered, and they're not as you know, charming little hidden gems as they once were, but that doesn't mean they're not. It's still a good deal for someone who's looking to either be employed online or has an income from overseas or lives off of a rental property or, you know, has some way of getting money. You could do far worse than Chiang Mai. Hey guys, what's up? If you're enjoying this content, please smash the like button, share the videos, help us fight the algorithm. Definitely subscribe, we appreciate you. If you guys are thinking about becoming expats, check out our link in the description below for Safety Wing. They're a great insurance for nomads who are first getting their start overseas. Now back to the video. Another thing that Chiang Mai is fantastic for, guys, is any kind of medical tourism. So you can get your teeth cleaned here for like, man, 20 bucks in a good place. My dentist actually went to UCLA, and it's so cheap to get my teeth cleaned. I had a tooth extraction, and even that was only like maybe $50 or $60 or something like that.
I think so.
It was something like that, and it was very, very like painless, well done, clean. Any kind of surgery you want to get out here. And I had a friend, he just did a hair transplant. He did it in Bangkok, but in Chiang Mai, medical is cheaper than in Bangkok generally, so you can still get like really quality care here.
While we're in Malaysia, I have like wire in the back of my bottom teeth or whatever from braces. While we're in Malaysia, it broke. So then when I came here, I had to get it taken off because it was like poking me and shit.
Oh, look, the walking street tonight.
Oh yeah, it's Sunday.
Oh, it's Sunday, I forgot.
I think that costs like about $100 to get it taken off and to get it cleaned.
So about $100 for her to replace the wire retainer.
Yeah. And
then for me, the tooth extraction, I think was only maybe $50. So, I mean, again, Chiang Mai, even cheaper than Bangkok for many services. And
and that's with a new retainer as well. I got the new one. It's a plastic one.
Right. So, I mean, you know, you can go to a public hospital. Some of them are okay for basic services. You can go to private hospitals. You can go to private clinics. You can go to health centers. There's a million different types of options here. Obviously, health insurance is good. So if you guys are thinking about coming out as expats, check out our link for Safety Wing in the description below. It's always better to have health insurance, but if you are going to be in a country where you need medical care, Thailand is a good place to be because it's not terribly expensive and the quality of the care is very good. Chiang Mai is absolutely no exception. All right, prospective expats, AKA my nephews and nieces. So we're at a place we like to eat. It's vegetarian food. You may not be a vegetarian, but you know, good food is good food. They do eggs and things like that, so it's not totally vegan. And we're gonna show you guys what we pay for the meal. Very inexpensive. This place is an average $1 to $2 a plate, and the quality is crazy. So we've done shorts for them before. We figure we include them in this video. And this is like a mid-range restaurant, indoors, decent environment. And the food is of a very high standard. It will give you guys an idea of how cheap you can actually eat here if you choose. What's up, guys? So this lady makes a potato salad. It's really, really decent. This whole thing costs about $2. And here's a beautiful Penang curry. And this one about $1.50. So maybe $1.50, $1.60, something like that, depending on the rate at the time. But if you look at the quality of the food, it gives you an idea of how clean you can eat here for how little money. I mean, it's ridiculous. And we'll show you the rest as it comes.
All right, guys, so this is the Thai omelet over the mixed vegetable and cashew. As you can see, lots of vegetables. There's tofu in there too. And next up is the vegetarian spring roll. This was about $2.
Maximum, I think it was $1.50. So you can see, guys, you get high quality food. Again, it's vegetarian, but we have eggs. And you're really not gonna break the bank. And look at the variety you get.
Lots of vegetables.
Yeah, you can get all your micronutrients for the day at this place. So is Chiang Mai still cheap? Absolutely. But it also depends when you get here, what you're looking for, how long you're staying. And I hope this video was helpful. Smash the like button and subscribe. We need a better ratio of viewers that are actually subscribed, so take a second and hit the button. What up, guys? So that whole feast, 320 baht. Are you thinking of living, working, or investing in Thailand? Thailand is an amazing country that's more open than it has ever been before. They're a country that's looking into the future and doing some really radical things. It's an amazing time to be in Thailand, and there is a tremendous amount of opportunities for somebody who has an open mind. Who you deal with in Thailand will determine your experience to a great extent. If you do business with the wrong people, you can end up losing money and even in legal trouble. We have the contacts that you need to help you get on your feet in this amazing country and avoid all kinds of drama and problems that could come about by doing business with the wrong people. If you're interested in investing, working, employment, contacts for visas, contacts for housing, contacts for real estate, we got you covered.
Brush your face and wash your teeth, son.
Hey, what's up? I'm D from Canada. Hook up with the New York Nomad if you want a smooth ride into Vietnam or any Southeast Asian countries.
Hey, my name is Aaron. Get in contact with the New York Nomads. If you want to get into Vietnam, hit them up. They'll get you in securely and professionally.
Yo, this is Uncle Hollywood. I'm telling you right now, the New York Nomad got me a job. He's legit. Hit him up. Check him out.
New York Nomad set me up in Vietnam.
Yo, my man got me a job. Come to Vietnam.
Hey, what's up, guys? You thinking about coming to Vietnam? You're not sure where to start. You've heard a lot of things online. You don't know what's true. You don't know what's not. We offer a consulting service where we help you get on your feet in Vietnam. We give you advice on negotiating contracts with employers. We help you with real estate agents, visa agents that are reliable and that you can trust. We help you get started in this amazing country and get on your feet. We help you get into different opportunities that might be more difficult for you if you were just landing in the country on your own. And we help you avoid a lot of the pitfalls and problems that you could have as a newcomer here. We provide you with reliable job recruiters, visa agents, real estate agents, and advice. If you guys are thinking about coming to Vietnam, hit us up for a consultation. We'll help you get started, help you get on your feet, and hopefully you'll love Vietnam as much as we do.